Hello and welcome to Talking Reds. How's everyone doing? I'm doing a first live stream of my own actually. Hope we're all okay anyway. Make sure to like and subscribe when you join the stream, or if you're just watching this as an extra of the video, when it's uploaded. But we've got a lot to talk about today. Obviously, we're going to talk about what's gone on with Marc Guehi and how he's upset about upset about how he didn't get his dream move. And we've got other things to talk about, but we'll start with, obviously, the news of Alexander Isak. I'm pretty sure everyone's heard about it. It's best well-known thing around the world. Alexander Isak obviously is signed at Liverpool, and then he's flown straight out to Sweden because, obviously, the dreaded international break is currently on right now. We all don't like it, do we? I mean, why are we having an international break 3 games into a Premier League season? I don't agree with it. Let me know in the chat anyway if you agree with it or not. Hope everyone is okay. I think I'm live now and stuff like that. Just going to get chat up at the bottom. We'll talk about Isak. 125 million come in. And there's a lot of rumours, a lot of noise coming around at the minute about, some Newcastle accounts. I'm saying with the word there. I'm saying there's some saying that he down tools. I don't mean down tools in the transfer window, but I mean after the transfer window. I'll try and get some of the things up that I've seen. I've got them saved here because I thought they're quite interesting. So what I seen yesterday was. If I get the tweet up now, is I seen yesterday some insiders. This is from. I bet you can't guess who it's from. Some insiders suggested from April onwards that Isak was behaving and playing like someone who did not want the team to qualify for Champions League, as he knew it would make it harder for him to explain to how the supporters how he wanted to go. Now, if you ask me about that, I would say complete rubbish. I mean, Alexander Isak for Newcastle, I think people are a bit sour grapes over the whole scenario with it. Like, Alexander Isak last season for Newcastle brought them the first trophy in 70 years. The first trophy in 70 years. That's not like my dad's generation. That's beyond. It's like my granddad or probably even my great-granddad's generation. Probably my great-granddad was still alive when that happened. He actually was. But that's how long ago it was. It was a long, long time ago. And, Alexander Isak, I think to suggest that he even down tools is just ludicrous. I mean, I'm going to tell you who said that. That was Luke Edwards. I mean, he's reported that. So a lot of people said it on Twitter and stuff like that. But, I mean, it's quite crazy that people have even come to say stuff like that, because I just think, why would you even think about that? I mean, didn't he score a pen? I'm pretty sure he scored a pen towards the end of the season. So I'm just trying to look at the tweets. Towards the end of the season, which obviously helped Newcastle win a game or draw a game. I can't remember which game specifically it was. But he did score a pen, and I think he scored after, there was obviously rumours that he did want to go to Liverpool. And I think stuff like this at the moment, just take it with a pinch of salt, because I think people are just getting a bit wound up over the whole scenario. And look, it's quite funny, isn't it? Ademo will agree with me with this. He'll agree with me on this, to be honest. But, a lot of people were suggesting about Isak that he would be £150 million. And, I was always on saying that Alexander Isak would be less than that. I knew that Newcastle would be obviously going for someone who's, going for the price that would be less, because I knew that Liverpool would drag it out onto the last week of the window. We was hoping it wouldn't. And I just knew that Liverpool weren't going to pay 150 mil. I thought 150 mil for him was ridiculous. And I always said 130, 125 mil. And what happened? It did do that. I'm not saying I'm a guru or anything like that, but I just think it was one of them. I genuinely thought that Liverpool would not pay 150 mil. And Isak he's coming now, and I think all of us are absolutely I mean, ecstatic for him to play. I mean, when we come back after the international break, I'll tell you the fixtures because I know Burnley's the first one, but we've got some tasty games. I think it's Burnley, and then it's Everton at 12:30 kickoff on Saturday the 20th, I believe. I'll have a look at the other fixtures that have come up right now, because I think we have the League Cup and the FA Cup starts not too far away. Yeah, so Everton the 20th of September, and then on the 27th is Crystal Palace. That'd be interesting because when we go into our next player that we're going to talk about. And then we've got, obviously, on the first week of match day 7 will be Chelsea away. So 2 away games, actually, towards the end of September, start of October. So that's quite interesting. Crystal Palace and Chelsea away, both in London, obviously. But moving on to the Palace game, someone didn't get his transfer, did he? Which was obviously Marc Guehi. Obviously, there's reports come out, and we seen yesterday that I mean, if he was on Twitter, you'd have seen it, of the Guehi farewell video to Crystal Palace. I'm pretty sure he was sat there in Liverpool kit, all that brand new Adidas stuff on, ready to go. It's just sad for him, really, because he acted like a complete gentleman, and he didn't get his move, which is, upsetting, to be honest, for him and for, for Liverpool, of course. It's good for Crystal Palace. Obviously, we've seen that Glasner reported that he wanted to basically walk out. I don't know how true them reports are, but yeah, he wanted to walk out, and he wanted to be sort of, he just basically turned around and was like, listen, I'm off if he goes, which is fair enough, but if Glasner gets a bigger job, do you think he's off? 100%. Say that Manchester United job comes up, or someone a bit higher up the league or something like that. Say that come up, Glasner's off. I'll tell you that for a fact. But he didn't feel like he had sufficient players coming through the door, sufficient backing for, obviously, to replace Guehi. But, I mean, that's possibly to Liverpool to blame as well. Liverpool should have put more money in. I thought Liverpool should have been 40 million weeks and weeks ago. And, yeah, we would have got our man. We're just looking on Twitter. Obviously, a few people are saying, I'd offer Palace 10 million and Guehi on the 1st of January. Yeah, obviously Liverpool can get a pre-contract in January as well with Guehi. I mean, I think Guehi himself would probably like to move to Liverpool this season, as we probably are now the favourites, considering we signed Alexander Isak to win the Premier League. So, I mean, it's quite funny, isn't it, that we're at this position now, that Marc Guehi literally wants to come to Liverpool. He's going to be upset. I mean, he has made a statement, which I will read out some of the clippings from it. Because, I mean, he is a true professional, and I do like the fella. But he has said in his statement, if I can find the statement, if this is it out today? Or was it out yesterday? Oh, it's not out yet. So, I can't find this now. I'm sure I had it somewhere. But yeah, basically, he's extremely unhappy, which obviously you would be. Wouldn't you? If you've just joined us, make sure to like, comment, and share on the video. What does everyone think on the Guehi scenario? We're just going through that right now. Obviously, I think it's upsetting for Guehi, but yeah. The thing is, what people are saying in the media now is what's going to happen. What's going to happen in terms of, is Marc Guehi act the way he acted? Is that not going to happen anymore? Because obviously we've seen Visser and Isak sort of kick up a fuss, and they got their moves. Whereas Marc Guehi didn't. He acts like a true professional, didn't get his move, which is, yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, isn't it? It's very unfortunate. I mean, that's obviously circumstantial down player to player. We all know that. But yeah, I do feel sorry for him because, yeah, like I say, he's definitely sat there with a little Liverpool training gear on, ready to go, ready to start the season. World Cup year as well. Let's not forget that. I'm just hoping, he sort of, and I think he will, he'll have the good 6 months, 3 months, 4 months, whatever it is, until January, and Liverpool get the man in January. I'm not bothered if Liverpool pay 20 mil, to be honest. I mean, it won't be, but if Liverpool pay 20 mil for him in January, I wouldn't be too bothered because the quality of the centre-back is very, very good. He's very, very good. Let's have a look, see if anyone's in chat. I can't see anyone talking in chat at the minute. I don't know if I've got it on properly. Like I say, this is my first proper live stream using this software on my own, so I'm just going to try and check on my phone, see if it's working correctly. But yeah, I don't think comments are working because people are in the comments. Let me see if I'm on the right thing. Am I doing the right thing here? Do bear with me. Chat, there we go. We're on it now. Hi DB, afternoon Nudge. Hope you're well. Smash the like sub. Yes, love that. Why won't it look do it? Am I doing something wrong? Yeah, sorry. There we go. Yeah, nearly on 1.5k as well. Damo's always been putting some really hard work in on here as well. So it's been really good. Obviously, it's just a bit of a midday stream, just a bit of a chill one, just talk about. Yeah, Damo's in there as well. So good, thank you. But yeah, so with Guehi, we'll still talk about Guehi because I do think it's kind of bad. What I thought with Guehi coming in, obviously Konate had a brilliant performance against Arsenal the other day, which was obviously warranted. I think he's not had the competition for the last season. Let's be honest, Quanta wasn't up to it last season. And I think now we're sort of at the point where Leone's got to be the player that comes through and sort of challenges Konate. I mean, news on Leone as well. He has got called up to the Italian national squad. May get minutes. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to check right now who got called up in terms of centre backs for the Italian national squad because I know he got called up for the Azzurri. Such a cool name, that isn't it? A lot better than England's. But we'll have a see who got called up of the centre backs because Gattuso's obviously now the Italian manager. Let's have a wee look. Right. Italy. Sorry, I'm a bit. I'm so used to doing it on TikTok. National team call. There we go. We've got it now. So the official squad, Portini, which I think is obviously goalkeepers, defenders, which is Difensori. I said that right, I think. Bastoni, Bellanovia, Calafiori, Cambiaso, Di Lorenzo, Di Marco, Gatti, Leone, and Mancini. He could get some minutes there. I don't know who the fixtures are for Italy coming up in the. I don't know what it is. Is it qualifiers? But yeah. But yeah, that's going to be who Leone's obviously got up to the national team. He'd get minutes this season. We've got Southampton very soon as well. I expect him to get that. And obviously, Chiesa is there, which I think is very, very good. Chiesa, obviously, another Liverpool player that got a recall up for the international squad again. Did he get called up as a midfielder? No, he didn't. Did he get called up? Saying he's not called up. Maldini, Keane, Esposito, Politano, Raspadori, Reguli, Scamacca, Zaccanini, Zaccani. Didn't say he got called. I thought Chiesa got called up. When's the transfer class is done? When it is the player signs? Yeah, I mean the transfer window's closed now, so you can sign the contract and everything goes through, and then you can obviously do the rest of like the medical thing after. So I think that's what happened with Donnarumma yesterday. Number 4 is Endo. I think Endo could be the 4th centre back as well. I do agree. It's good cover, Endo. Interesting fact for everyone, actually. Do you know Endo's played more games in his career at centre back than he has in any other position? Just to let you know that. So he originally was a centre back. It's so unfair that he's in Liverpool kit. Feels like Nabil Fekir all over again, doesn't it? I mean, Nabil Fekir failed his medical, but it is what it is, isn't it? But yeah, Guehi, I do feel very sorry for him. I like the guy as well. I've said for a few seasons that I've liked him. I think when I first started seeing him as well, I thought he must be about 27, Guehi, because I knew he had a loan at Swansea a while back, and I thought, oh, he looks like a good player. And he might be a bit old for Liverpool. Looked, and he was like 23 at the time. I was like, get him. He's 25 now, just turned, so he's got some good years ahead of him, I'll say. But yeah, I've seen a lot of people criticising that he's 6 foot. Doesn't matter, by the way, if he's 6 foot as centre back. You know, one of the best defenders that's ever lived is Cannavaro. He's 5'9", so 5'9", 5'10". So it really doesn't matter. Obviously, we're quite used to having really tall centre backs in like sort of, Canate, Van Dijk, Sammy Hippier in the past. Danny Agger was quite tall as well. So yeah, but I mean, I think he's great. He's done very well for Crystal Palace through the years, and he's another one like Isak. He's also contributed massively to winning the first trophy, like Crystal Palace's first ever major silverware. Guehi, captain. Alexander Isak led them to it. And he led Sociedad to the first ever trophy as well, like 40 years. So let's not forget that. How is everyone in chat today? Is everyone okay? We have obviously got some other things we can talk about as well. International duty. I've seen Liverpool put a post out as well before about the players on international duty, and I'll go through them because obviously we want to know, because I don't really like them going out to international duty, but we have to let them go. Right, so actually that's just come up. Date's been confirmed. That's another one. Carabao Cup, third round tie for Southampton is on Tuesday, the 23rd of September. So it's in between the Burnley game and the Everton game. So that's quite interesting. So we have here, Liverpool posted last night all the players who are on international duty. If I can get to it, my days, there's a lot of tweets about Isak. I mean, why wouldn't you? Just want 125 million. Farm it in Liverpool. Farm the money back. I wonder how many kids are going to have Isak in the back of the shirt as well. That's going to be interesting. Right, representing Reds on international duty this week. We have Argentina, obviously Alexis McAllister. Brazil, we have Alisson, obviously. Egypt, we've got Mo Salah going out to Egypt. France, we've got two from France. Ekitike, late call-up from Cherki's injury, and Konate. Mamashvili for Georgia, obviously he's their number one goalkeeper. For Germany, we have Florian Wirtz. Two from Hungary. I wonder if the Premier League teams ever had two from Hungary before. Milos Kerkez and Soboslai. Leone, we've just spoke about him. National team, by the way, not the under-21s or nothing. The full national team Leone's been called up for. Endo, obviously Japan's captain. Then we have three from the Netherlands. We think we know who they are. Gakpo, Gravenberg, and Van Dijk. One from the north of Ireland, which is Conor Bradley. One from Scotland, Scotland's captain himself, Andy Robertson. One from a new country that's not been represented in the Premier League by Liverpool before. Can you guess what it is yet? This one, Sweden. And then we have for under 20s and under 21s, we've got under 20s Jaden Dans, and under 19s we've got Trey Nyonyi. Under 18s is Rio Engamoa. Hungarian under 21s is Peshki. And then we've got Trent Doherty at under 21s Ireland, and then under 19s, I don't know who that is actually. I'll have to search that, but I think he's a goalkeeper. For under 19s Poland, I can't think who that is actually. But yeah, very, very good that quite a lot of players got called up. I'd like to have not had as many called up, but listen, Liverpool are going to. They've got some of the best players in the world in the team, so it's going to happen. I just don't agree with international duty. Let's have a look what's been said. James, at least you have to pay 120 for it. At least we have to do it now. Yeah. Let's have a read of some things. What's put from the chat? Yeah, very quiet chat today. But yeah, what does everyone think now we've come out the transfer window? I want everyone in chat to sort of give us their rating of the transfer window. So I spoke last week saying 7 out of 10 for me. How dare you forget Glenn Heise? Nudge. He was Swedish, but a bit before your time. To be fair, lol. Yeah, do you know what, actually, DB? I was looking at this before. Did he actually play a season in the Prem? Because he was at he was like 1987, wasn't he, to like 1992. So I wonder if he actually did play a season in the Prem. He might have done, but a bit before my time. A lot before my time, Heisen. But I do know who he is. Yeah, I do know who he is. But yeah, it's what do we think the transfer window is rating? I'd say, for me personally, I would go with a 9 out of 10. I think it's almost a 10, 9.5 if Guehi comes in. We would have liked another CDM, but I think it's good as it is, whatever we've got right now. You've got to remember we brought Leone through the door, Isak, Ekitike, Kerkez, Frimpong, Peshki. Have I missed someone out here? Wirtz, of course, yeah. I just think it's pretty pretty decent window by any I can't think what I was going to say. I'm on one today. Thought of imagination. Is that what I'm looking for? Thanks to the sub, Redbird. Make sure you are subscribed as well. This is my first sort of show on my own. Obviously, I do my own on my own TikTok. I'll plug my own TikTok, by the way. If you want to go and follow me, FC Nudge on all socials, go and follow me on that. But make sure you're following this first. I'll be upset if you don't follow this and then follow me. But yeah, I'd say out of 10, I would say probably a 9 out of 10 for me, just the transfer window. Let me know what you think in chat. Do you think it's any higher or not? Or what do you think? 9.5 for me, close to perfect. Good that actually, DB. 9.5 out of 10, close to perfect, but deducting 0.5 for the screen day early in the window. Yeah, that's what I'd definitely say as well. 9 out of 10 would have been 10 out of 10 if Palace didn't pull the plug. Guehi, it's the best window ever. I actually think this is the best window I've seen out of any Premier League club. I don't think a club's brought in this higher quality of players in one window. And you've got to remember, Liverpool brought the best left back in the league last season in Kirkes, one of the best attacking midfielders in the world in Florian Wirtz, the best striker in the league in Isak, one of the best young prospects in Ekatike, one of the best right backs in the world in Frimpong, best attacking right backs by a far, yeah. Hakimi, Trent, Frimpong, they're the three that are up there. So Liverpool have done really, really well. Leone, we're not certain about him, but he looks like a beast. Clark Kemponi, that's what we'll have to start calling him. But Liverpool have brought some unbelievable talent through the door. I can't think of a club in my lifetime that have done that, to be honest. Maybe years and years ago, but it's looking good. It's looking good. I was going to say United. Do United have a better window than that? I don't think so. Maybe I've seen someone say 77 window and Liverpool brought Kenny Dalglish in from Celtic 500k. That could have been probably one of them windows looking back in the day. Bit before my time, a long time before my time. A long time. 30 odd years before my time. But yeah. What else was I going to talk about? When I do my own lives, it's a bit different because I sort of have like a thing to talk about. I don't just talk about Liverpool, so I sort of talk about all things. But yeah, we'll try and look at some news on Twitter. I like looking at news on Twitter, see what thing these people are saying. Oh, I know Damo want to mention it actually. Yeah, so Salah said some interesting words the other day, didn't he? What did he say? What did Salah say on Twitter before? Mo Salah won't stand for any disrespect towards his former teammates. Anfield Edition tweeted, name a bigger upgrade in football history. Florian Wirtz in for Diaz and Darwin Núñez to Isa. And Salah actually put, how about, that's interesting, Salah putting that on Twitter. How about celebrate this great signings without disrespecting Premier League champions? That's interesting, actually, from Salah saying that. I quite like that by Salah. I mean, I'm one of them people that say don't disrespect, especially Luis Diaz. Because Luis Diaz was absolutely brilliant for Liverpool. I mean, Núñez, he had his moments, I'll say that, but Salah is right saying that, don't disrespect people that have done well for the club. But yeah, so what else has we got on here? Salah's actually tweeted that. Can't believe he's tweeted that, Salah. Quite interesting. This is quite a funny one, actually, I see in the team before. You'll laugh at this, actually. So someone put on the other day, I quite like this Newcastle thing, what someone put. Newcastle was sold in 2021 for 350 million. Liverpool spent 447 million in the window, but PSR and FFP are fair rules. Think about how much Newcastle spent since then. Liverpool sold 300 million in 2011. Success didn't happen overnight. It's taken 14 years to get 2 league titles. This is what people don't get about. You can't have clubs spending whatever they want. It really annoys me. Lucho was brilliant. One of my favourite players, Lucho. Honestly, really loved him. Really, really good. I was upset when he went. Obviously, we watched the streams with me on it. I didn't really want him to go, but he did go, which was unfortunate. But sometimes you've got to let them go. They've got the money for them. What's chat saying? Redbird. Not securing Guehi was Liverpool's fault. We'll get him in Jan. Free last summer either way. Yes. I mean, Palace ultimately lose out on more here. sort of in terms of money. I seen Simon Jordan make a good point that Palace haven't really got the opportunity to turn around and go, yeah, let's kick out 35 million or 20 million we might lose and get when we get them in January. I mean, Palace are done really well, but I get what they're saying. But again, you've got to take the shoe, look at the shoe on the other foot. Guehi staying at Palace is massive for them. They've got a huge Europa Conference campaign coming up. So Guehi's going to be absolutely humongous for them. And you can't really look past that. Is it worth 20 million for them, 25 million? Possibly, because of the leadership you get from him. Yeah, Twitter's a funny place. There's been some such bad sour grapes over ESAT with Newcastle. I've seen a lot of nice Newcastle fans as well. I've got a lot of followers myself personally. A lot of Newcastle followers. It's been very nice saying, they sort of wish him well and stuff like that. And obviously they're annoyed at him, but they wish him well, which is quite a sane thing to say. Some people obviously say, I hope he gets an ACL and stuff like that. If you're saying that, you've not played football. If you're saying, I hope he gets an ACL injury and stuff like that, you haven't played football because it's devastating. It's devastating. I've never had one personally, but I've had some bad injuries and they're devastating, honestly. They really knock you back. And you shouldn't wish that on anyone, really. High thoughts on Joe Gomez's performance against Arsenal. If only he could have had some injuries, that what career could have been. Yes, well, yeah, I think Joe Gomez is a fantastic player, but his injuries have knocked him back. I really think that Joe Gomez didn't get his injuries. We'd have seen Van Dijk and Gomez being a centre-back partnership for the last 5 or 6 years. But fortunately, he's very injury-prone. But I'd love to keep him at Liverpool. I think he's worth his weight in gold. Covers so many positions, and he's fantastic when he does play. He was brilliant against Arsenal, and I just knew he would be because he comes on, and he just knows what's expected of him. He's been there that long. He's also there when Rodgers was there, believe it or not. That's quite crazy. Definitely the best Prem window of any team for worldwide. You could probably argue only better window was Real Madrid get Ronaldo, Benzema, Kaká, and Alonso back in 2009. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Recent history, though, within the last 10 years, nobody comes close. But yeah, that's a very good window. I mean, Ronaldo, Benzema, Kaká, and Alonso. But saying that, this is Liverpool's Galacticos. I seen that. Hopefully, they're not as they get better. They do better than the Galacticos, though. Galacticos are a bit of a false narrative in terms of, a real narrative that they didn't really do that well, considering how much money they spent. I mean, they did reap the rewards years on, though, didn't they? Geordie fans saying Isak should be made to stay because of his contract, yet players still have left under contract. That's football. Yeah, that is very true. Do you know what happens a lot, though, with clubs? If you put the shoe on the other foot, clubs, if you're not playing well, they go, right, see you in a bit, and you've got a contract with them. It can happen both ways, which is sort of what people have got to look at. And yeah, like this day and age, football's evolving, isn't it? And player power is becoming more and more evident in like the way the game is. So I think it'll just continue to be like that. Newcastle fans also claim Isak. They'll say Isak to try and play so bad they don't get Champions League. By the way, as well, I must say this because I don't think Damo plugs it enough. Go and follow Talking Reds on TikTok. I'm going to get the page up now. I'm going to show you. Go and follow them. Follow them. Follow us. I'm part of the team on TikTok because trying to get Talking Reds LFC. Look at that, 853 followers on TikTok, right? 1,000 followers, you can go live on TikTok. That'll help Talking Reds so much more than you think. So make sure you go and jump over and try and do that, actually. That'd be much appreciated. Praying Joey gets his goal this season. Oh, yeah. I think everyone is. I hope it comes in a big moment. It'd be fantastic. It'd be absolutely fantastic if it came in a big moment. But yeah, TikTok, Talking Reds LFC. Go and follow it. It's right there, look. Go and follow it. Even if you don't have TikTok, make an account and just follow it. But yeah, really close to 1,000 followers on that, which would be brilliant. Brilliant for the channel, brilliant for all of us on here and everyone who supports us as well. Because it'll really help everyone out in terms of getting the Talking Reds family across. Yeah, I made a point on my TikTok actually the other day. I want to say something about in terms of Harvey Elliott, obviously, I don't know if it's been spoken about yet. Harvey Elliott was an interesting one. We've obviously got an obligation to buy back on Harvey Elliott, which is great because if he stays at Villa for 4 years and he's really good, that'll take him up to 26, and Liverpool could buy him back at 26. And he could be a force to be reckoned with right then. That's brilliant, brilliant business from Liverpool again. Him and Quans are both going out. Fantastic for me, for them doing that and getting the money initially for them. Combined is £70 million, which can't be sniffed at. £70 million Liverpool made off 2 homegrown players, which is, of course, pure profit. So Liverpool with PSR, I think Liverpool are definitely the best club ever with PSR right now. If you think about Liverpool this season, if Liverpool go out and win the Premier League and win a Champions League this season, not that Champions League accounts for much towards PSR, Liverpool could be in some serious money to go out and strengthen again next season. So, yeah. We sold Elliott for 5 million, loan plus 35 million next year. Yeah. I mean, it's 5 million loan, so it's 40 million. Yeah. It's a good loan, actually. We have 55 mil buyback option. Yeah, we do TD. Why do I call you Ted? It's very good, that, though. It's good, isn't it? Like 55 mil for Elliott. If he's 26 and he's brilliant, bargain. Right, question for everyone. Would you have accepted Gomez for a swap Marc Guehi? I preferred both being here, but that's hypothetical. Good question. I want everyone to get on the answers for that in the chat. I'd say I want both. I mean, my stance is both, so I'll say that. We loan to Tsimikas as well. Tsimikas went out on loan because obviously Robertson leaves next year. So yeah, that's a question. Everyone answer that question. Actually, that'd be very interesting. I'm even dressed like Damo today. Look, I've even got the same top on as him. Just a little bit younger. But yeah, a little bit younger. With a bit longer. I've got a lot longer hair. I need a haircut, don't I? We load Tsimikas. Yeah, Tsimikas. I mean, Tsimikas was a good loan, I think. I think we need to loan one of the left backs out. But that question's very good. I like that question by Damo. We loan Tsimikas for 2 mil and 8 mil buyback option next year with a total of 10 mil. It's good. That's very good, actually. It's a very good, actually, option to do that, I thought. Yeah, keep Gomez. It gives him good experience to play. I think if I remember rightly, they're in the Europa League next season. Roma, I believe, with Ranieri, good manager as well. Keep Gomez. CJ saying keep Gomez. Keep Gomez has got to happen. Gomez is part of the furniture. Like, just remember, Gomez is one of the true ones. He was here when we was all in the trenches with Rodgers. He was here. Hell no, Guehi is legit top quality centre back. Gomez is not even near the same quality. I'd actually disagree with that, TD. I think he is, but he's just injury prone. That's all with Gomez. Good bench option, versatile and homegrown. Yeah, 100%. Plays everywhere. Left back, right back, centre back, very well. You're going to get off Joe Gomez as well. He's a phenomenal footballer when it comes to filling in positions. You remember 2 seasons ago, he played 51 games in that season. So that's his most games he's ever played in a season. 51. Didn't even think Gomez had done that before. But yeah, 51. 2 seasons ago. Well, 3 seasons ago now, let's say. Let's have a look. There were some of the things I wanted to go into a little bit about on Twitter. A lot of people moaning about, I don't even want to bring it up, but I don't know if you've seen news about Ekatike. It's nothing to do with football, about being on his phone driving. I mean, I'm not going to go into it, but I've seen a lot of people like criticizing and stuff like that. Look, it's a silly mistake. I don't condone it. But yeah, he's obviously got caught doing it. So yeah, Guehi, tremendous person and top class centre back. Glasner screwed him. I wish Guehi pulls. He might do. Yeah, 151 appearances for Joe Gomez in the last 10 years. It's quite crazy that 11 seasons. This is 11th season for Joe Gomez, which is quite crazy. Seen a lot of people on Twitter saying about Quanta getting called up, and Trent didn't. Thoughts on that? Quite crazy, actually. Quite crazy. 151 games is good enough now. I don't know who's a good quiz question, actually. That'd be a good quiz question. Who would be Liverpool's player that's played the most games in the last 10 years. Who would that be? Should we try and find out, actually? Let's have a guess, everyone. Who's made the most appearances for Liverpool in the last 10 years? Let's have a look. I'm not going to say my guess because I think I know who it is. His versatility is brilliant for us, though. Yeah, it is brilliant. It's fantastic. He shuts games up as well. Who's Liverpool's top appearance holder in the last 10 years? Let's say that. Who is it? Who do you think it is? It's not Gomez, 151. How do we look at appearances? What we going with? Glasnow's POS, I hope. Liverpool fan at Anfield. Salah, surely. Record holding current players. So I'm going to go down the list. Obviously, Ian Callaghan. Let's have a look who comes up first. Might have to scroll a little bit. It is Mohamed Salah. You are correct. Mohamed Salah has appearances for Liverpool, 405 appearances. By the way, Salah's record is absolutely insane. Not like I need to tell you it anyway. 246 goals and 114 assists. That's ridiculous. Curtis Jones, Robertson, if anyone else. Robertson's had a lot, but I'm trying to choose after that, actually. Can I go to the next page? Page number 2, it is... Page number 2 of players in the last 10 years is Bobby Firmino with 362. After that is Trent Alexander-Arnold. I thought it might have been Virgil, but he missed the season, didn't he? So you got to remember that. Salah is one, Edwards bought, and Jurgen did one. I know, quite crazy, isn't it? Yes, Trent, 354 Premier League appearances for Liverpool. Then it's Andy Robertson, 344. Obviously, it will surpass Trent at some point. Milner is 332. It's quite a lot, actually. I didn't feel like it was as much as that. And Van Dijk will obviously surpass. He'll surpass quite a lot of them. 323 appearances for Van Dijk since he's joined Liverpool. Pretty good, that, isn't it, actually, to be fair, considering he missed the season. 323 appearances for Van Dijk. And he doesn't play League Cup and stuff like that. But yeah, then the last 10 years, that's quite a lot. It's quite interesting, that, actually. It's very interesting. I wonder if anyone will ever get as close to Ian Callaghan. 855 appearances for Liverpool, Ian Callaghan. Madness. I know a United fan, but Carragher has to be number one. Carragher's second for Liverpool's appearances, 737. I didn't even need to look at that because I know what it is. How sad's that? Quiz questions, that's because I know that from quiz questions. Gerrard's third, 710. Emlyn Hughes, 664. Rushy, 654. Obviously, Ray Clements, Emlyn Hughes are in there. Tommy Smith as well. Bruce Grobler, Alan Hansen, Chris Lawler, Billy Liddell, Kenny Dalglish, 511. I mean, Jordan Henderson's in there as well, actually. Didn't see Jordan Henderson. Actually, no, it's Jordan Henderson. In the last 10 years, he's got the most appearances. I didn't even see him there. Didn't even clock. Didn't even see who was there. 492. Mo Salah's second, but Mo Salah will overtake Jordan Henderson, of course. He is currently 84 appearances off Henderson. Fun fact, James Milner is the Prem's second youngest goal scorer and second oldest Prem scorer. King Kenny has got 511, so he is 13th on all-time Liverpool appearance holders in all competitions. Yeah, I think, obviously, looking at the list, Salah's probably going to be the one that maybe overtakes Henderson number one. Henderson's number one. Didn't even know that, Makes sense, doesn't it? This is in the last 10 years, of course. I think he could probably take over. He'd have to have 106 appearances, Salah, over the next 2 years to take over. Kenny Dalglish, 50 games a season. It's doable. Anyone worried about Mo? Not particularly. Ted, I keep calling you Ted. TD. Ted, you're going to be over for Ted now on. TD, I'm not worried about Salah. A lot of people are concerned about him at the minute. I think Salah's a very emotional player. He's a very emotional person. You know, people go, "Oh, his performance is like he's finished, he's not," and stuff like that. He hasn't. He's not. He's really not at all. I think obviously with the whole Jota scenario, Salah obviously, you know, really had the close connection with Salah and Jota, so I think that's weighing heavy on him a little bit at the minute. We've seen it when he scored that goal. Yeah, I think he'll become good again, Salah. It's a matter of time. I think he's had such a big season last season as well, so you've got to remember that. He might start a bit slow, but I don't worry about him whatsoever. But yeah, it's 3 games into the season. Last 10 years, Henderson #1 for appearances. That's crazy. I know it's quite crazy, that isn't it? Nearly 500 appearances. Quite mad. I'm gonna have to go soon because my laptop is running out of battery. I love Mo Salah. I love Mo to piece, but 3 games, unlike Salah. I mean, you look at it this point of view. Salah's not looked up to scratch, but he's still got a goal and assist in 3 games, which is still very, very good. Elise replacement, Rose Elise. Yeah, it is. I'd probably say it definitely is. I hope he's finished. I hope he's finished. I really can't see it. I think his downfall will be after the season. But look at his numbers. He's been a machine for years. I hope he's finished. Does that mean might you even say I hope he's not finished? Or I hope he's finished? Surely you can't be saying he hope he's finished. Isn't AFCON in January? It's in December to January this year, so he misses all December fixtures, Salah. I'll tell you when it is from. The date, I think it's from mid-December. Let's have a look before I go. AFCON 2025. It starts on the 21st of December to the 18th of January, so it's over the Christmas period. So I think he goes on the 10th of December, if I remember rightly. But yeah, I'm not worried about Mo. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. It'd take the pressure off Salah. Yeah, I mean, look, Salah's going to be passing to ease out this season, so he's going to get more assists. So I'm hoping for that. Right, I'm going to have to go because my laptop's going to run out of charge. But yeah, I hope everyone's had a wonderful stream. I hope everyone's really enjoyed me having my first stream. I know it's a little bit helter-skelter. This is usually how I do things. It's a bit like how my brain works anyway. But I get my information out in the end. But I've really enjoyed everyone chatting. United fan, everyone's welcome here. He's destroyed my team for 8 years. I hope he's finished. Oh, right, you United fan. That explains a lot then. But yeah, I don't think Mo's finished. I think he's sound. I think it'd be okay. It's just a slow start for him, which can happen sometimes. But yeah, hope you had a lovely stream. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, share, whatever. Go and follow the TikTok Talking Red LFC. Go and sub to my channels as well. I'm going to plug myself because I'm doing the stream on my own. FC Naj, FCNAJ on everything. Go and have a look for me. And I would love to welcome you to my community as well. Because listen, I do this and I do that on there. So every little helps, as I say. But yeah, I hope everyone has a lovely day. And yeah, I will catch you next stream. I think there's a stream later, possibly tonight. We'll see. You'll probably see some information come out on Twitter or something like that. But yeah, go and follow all the socials and take care.